The conflict in Ukraine has been Europe's worst in recent memory. Today, to give you some perspective on the forces at play, we're taking a look at the composition of Ukraine's conventional ground warfare units. For the purposes of this video, we're focusing on three branches: the ground forces, which we'll be referring to as the Army, the air assault forces, and the Naval Infantry. But first, I'd like to talk about our sponsor, CuriosityStream. CuriosityStream is a subscription streaming service that offers thousands of documentaries made by the world's best filmmakers, including exclusive originals. They're adding new shows every week, with a whole category on military history. I recommend Combat Obscura, telling a raw story featuring unfiltered footage taken by a Marine Corps combat camera during operations in Afghanistan. Or Afghanistan 1979, which gives key context about the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan and the decade-long war that followed. Normally, CuriosityStream is only $20 a year, which is already a pretty good value, but they're cutting my viewers a deal. Now, if you go to curiositystream.com/battleorder or click the link in my description and use the promo code BATTLEORDER at checkout, you'll get 25% off of unlimited access to the world's top documentaries and nonfiction series. That's just $1.25 a month. So go get yourself a deal on some documentaries and you'll be helping us create content here. And now on to Ukraine. First, there are a few basic types of maneuver units in the Ukrainian army. The majority are combined arms brigades, with a smaller number of separate battalions. In the army, the most numerous maneuver units are its mechanized brigades, which are broadly equivalent to Russia's motor rifles. Generally speaking, they're mechanized infantry mounted in mostly Soviet-era BTRs and BMPs. These brigades have full-spectrum combined arms support, with a self-propelled artillery group, engineers, air defense, and other service and support units. In terms of maneuver, they usually consist of 3 mechanized infantry battalions, 1 tank battalion equipped with T-64Bs or BVs, and 1 or 2 motorized infantry battalions. Ukrainian motorized infantry are descended from territorial defense battalions, which were formed to counter separatists in Donbass. Beginning in late 2014, these were converted into motorized infantry formations mounted in lighter vehicles. Motorized infantry are also contained within their own motorized infantry brigades, which generally have comparable support to mechanized brigades. However, their 3 infantry battalions are motorized. They only have 1 tank company rather than a whole tank battalion, and their artillery is towed rather than self-propelled. Similar in structure are Ukraine's mountain assault brigades. Specializing in operations in the Carpathian Mountains, they either have 3 mountain assault battalions supported by a tank battalion and motorized infantry, or a mix of mountain and mechanized units. Less numerous than the infantry are Ukraine's tank brigades, which are similar to the mechanized brigades, except sporting 3 tank battalions, 1 mechanized battalion, and 1 motorized battalion. As to how these units are allocated, Ukraine's army is divided into 4 geographically based military districts that coordinate all units within their areas. These are Operational Command West, North, South, and East. Each operational command has a slightly different mix of garrison units, but they all have the same support elements. On the screen now is a list of the support if you want to pause and read through it. But as for maneuver, going west to east, OC West has 4 maneuver brigades. The first is the 10th Mountain Assault Brigade, which was formed in 2015 near the Ukrainian Carpathians with 3 mountain assault battalions. Also in the Carpathians is the 128th Mountain Assault Brigade, which while being half mechanized infantry has 1 mountain assault battalion as well. To their north are the 14th and 24th Mechanized Brigades. Moving on, OC North, which includes the capital of Kiev, has 2 mechanized brigades, 1 motorized brigade, 1 tank brigade, and 1 separate tank battalion. The 1st Tank Brigade in particular appears to be equipped with the modernized T-64BM Bulat and BMP-1 infantry fighting vehicles. OC South, meanwhile, has the lightest garrison units of the 4 commands. It's responsible for the southwestern coast of the country, including Crimea. The command includes 3 motorized brigades similar to the one in the north and 1 mechanized brigade. And lastly, OC East is the largest of the commands. The command has 4 mechanized brigades and 1 tank brigade. Combined, the Army's active force has a total of 2 mountain, 9 mechanized, 2 tank, and 4 motorized brigades. In addition to these active units, the Army has territorial defense brigades that it created in 2015. Territorial defense units are sort of a light militia consisting of local defense detachments. They're charged with the defense of their region, guard duty, disaster response, and in the case of invasion, armed resistance against occupiers. Their brigades generally consist of 6 territorial defense battalions, a mortar battery, and modest combat support. OC West has 8 of these brigades, OC North has 7, OC South has 5, and OC East has another 5. At the national level, the 4th Army Reserve Corps also supports the Army by maintaining a strategic reserve. This includes 3 tank brigades, 2 mechanized brigades, 2 motorized infantry brigades, and 2 artillery brigades. Reserve units are typically less well equipped and less ready than active units, and are usually meant to replace battlefield casualties. Of note, portions of the tank brigades have been equipped with the modified T-72s that were taken out of storage to supplement the standard T-64s. In addition to the rank-and-file Army troops, Ukraine operates a separate air assault branch which acts as an elite, high-readiness mechanized infantry force. They were originally part of the Army, but were made independent in 2016. Like the Russian VDV, Ukrainian air assault brigades are highly mechanized, including armored personnel carriers, IFVs, and their best tank in widespread service, the T-80BV. Air assault forces include 1 airborne brigade, 6 air assault brigades, and a self-propelled artillery brigade. The 25th Airborne Brigade is distinguished by its use of paradroppable platforms, with infantry mounted in BMD-1, BMD-2, and BTR-D airborne armored vehicles. The air assault brigades, meanwhile, are more akin to high-readiness mechanized infantry, having been converted from air mobile brigades through the addition of a tank company to each brigade. Air assault brigades receive preferential treatment as far as equipment goes, with many of its units mounted in a higher proportion of indigenously produced BTR-3s and BTR-4s, as well as later Mark Soviet BTRs. Additionally, when tanks started to be added to the brigades in 2015, they received T-80s, compared to the Army, which mainly uses the less modern T-64, supplemented by T-72s and a very small number of Oplot and Oplot-Ms. And lastly, Naval Infantry are another type of special troop similar in stature to the air assault forces, but directly subordinate to the Ukrainian Navy. Specializing in amphibious landings and the defense of naval bases and littoral islands, all of their major units are stationed on the Black Sea. The force as a whole currently consists of the 35th and 36th Naval Infantry Brigades, the 406th Artillery Brigade, and 32nd Rocket Artillery Regiment. Each brigade has 3 naval infantry battalions supported by a tank battalion equipped with T-80s and similar combined arms support as Army brigades, including a full artillery group. In the future, the ultimate plan is to bring the naval infantry to 4 maneuver brigades. If you enjoyed this video, check out this video where we take a look at Russia's self-propelled howitzer units, a deep look into Russia's artillery doctrine and equipment. We'll see you over there.